To growth today. So this will be a video where we shall be discussing about our Indian markets for the upcoming week, right? So we should be looking at the global cues, especially the US market and the crypto market as well, what they are indicating for our short term Nifty as well as Bank Nifty, right? So without further delay, let's head over to the video ASAP, right? So first of all, I will be looking at the chart of Nifty. So you can see here pretty clearly that Nifty has created a nice short-term structure, right? So the price was sustaining at around this trend line, this resistance trend line, right? It was broken out, but eventually the price fell and consolidated for quite some time at around at this region, right? So yes, there were multiple huge gap downs and huge gap ups in this region. You can see here pretty clearly, but eventually the price held this level pretty strongly, and on our last expiry day session, Bank Nifty has created a new swing high. It has broken out the crucial level of 40,000, and eventually it is trading around above it, and right now the current market price of Bank Nifty is 40,400, right? If I were to talk about Nifty, it is currently at around 17,850. So yes, it is very near to our 18,000. That is the most crucial level for the short term for our upcoming week at least, right? So what are the things you should be looking at when I'm talking about Nifty, right? So yes, the structure is pretty strong. If I head over to the hourly time frame, you can see that the price has broken out of this consolidation region. This is the one, right? This was a trading session where Nifty has behaved pretty weird. You can see here, but on the expiry day, it has completely recovered all our losses that was made on the previous day, right? So what you can see here is that the price has broken out of this symmetrical triangle pattern and is currently trading at around the 17,800 mark, right? So of course you can see that in our last trading session the price opened gap up, right, about 100 points, and there was some profit booking, right? But eventually there was no major intraday fall as such. Why? Because the price was holding this 17,800 mark pretty strongly, right? And eventually it has closed above it. And if I show you the intraday price action, you can see here that initially there was some fall from around the 17,930 mark till around the 17,780, right? But from there on the price has recovered, right? And we also gave this trade in our membership. This was a very simple gap filling trade, but there were some good swings in between, right? So that would have messed up with your trailing stop loss if you were holding options, right? Put options basically. So of course no major issue in this. If I show you the chart of Bank Nifty, let's now head over to that. There was similar price action for Nifty and Bank Nifty both on our last trading session basically. So you can see here that Bank Nifty is much stronger as compared to Nifty, right? And it has helped out Nifty to head higher, right? The IT stocks on the other hand, they were absolutely bearish, right? IT stocks are trading much lower than their previous swing high, whereas you can see Bank Nifty has cleared out the last swing high and is trading above 40,000, right? So yes, you can see a new all-time high in Bank Nifty really soon. Why? Because the all-time high of Bank Nifty is really near, right? Only about 1,400 points from now. And looking at the intraday movements, 400 500 points each day upside, right? It will easily clear out its all-time high, if I'm not wrong, over the last probably in our upcoming weeks, right? So you can see here that the price has to retest this mark of 40,400. So of course the price has broken out 40,000 level, and it should give a retracement towards the 40,000 mark. Why? Because it is an important resistance for the short term, right? So if there is a proper retest and eventually this previous high is broken out, then our 40,100 can be our next positional target, followed by the previous all-time high, right? So that is the price action, the expected price action for bank nifty. The global cues are quite strong now, right? So if I show that to you, this is Dow Jones Industrial Average. So Dow Jones has reversed from around the fib 0.618 mark. I have mentioned this on our last YouTube video. Yeah, I hope you have watched that out, because Dow was trading at around a support area, right? This one. So of course Dow had to take support at around this region. Why? Because the global cues are not as bad as around this region, right? The Fed was really hawkish and it will still be, but the major news that is going to hamper the markets over the next basically influence the markets over the upcoming week, that is going to be the US CPI inflation data, right? That is going to come out on Tuesday, if I'm not wrong. So we have to uh, keep close eyes on the US market, at least at around that period of time. Why? Because if the data turns out to be positive and the US markets have a bullish impact from that, then we can definitely see nifty breaking 18,000 and eventually heading higher, bank nifty approaching its all-time high, right? So that is going to be the influence of the US market on our Indian markets. Already the Indian markets are more in a general basis, all the Asian markets have outperformed the US market. Why? Because thanks to all our FII inflows, right? You can see here USD INR is also getting weaker. It has fallen for the last one or two trading sessions, right? It is not able to break this high, and eventually you can see here that it can fall more towards this level of 79, right? So of course a fall in USD INR indicates FII inflows, right? Or more specifically, if I were to say, it doesn't necessarily indicate FII inflow, but FII's investment in the Indian market is definitely strengthening rupee as against US dollar, right? So that is an important thing to consider, at least for the short term. So on Monday, I am expecting a flat opening, although the US markets have rallied a lot, but SGX has not shown any significant gains as such, right? So a flat opening followed by maybe some profit booking, and eventually in the later trading hours we may see some nice sharp recovery, right? So that is what I am expecting on Monday. Things will be clear only after the market opens, right? So we have to keep an eye on this. If I were to talk about the Nasdaq, so Nasdaq has been doing really well for the last 3 trading sessions. You can see here it is quite strong. It has given a closing at around the 21 period exponential moving average, so that is also a good sign. If I were to talk about the Indian IT stocks, right, so they are doing well. They have done really well on our last trading session, right? They were the outperformers in the market. The IT index is up by about 2.2%, you can see here, right? So if I show you the chart of Infosys, here if I show you the hourly chart, you can see here that the price has filled this gap and is heading towards this level of 1540 followed by 1550, and eventually it should fill up this gap as well if the global markets are positive and helping our Indian market, right? So IT was the major underperformer when it comes to our Indian market. It was dragging down Nifty, but if the IT giants turn out to be bullish, if they outperform, then of course we can see Nifty breaking 18,000 in the short term, right? So that is what I am expecting from the market as of now. So the next week I feel that the market is going to be trending, whether it is retracement, whether it is upside movement, we are going to get some nice movements on our intraday basis. And if you want to stay updated, right, if you want the best of the trade setups forming in the intraday, you can just visit our Telegram channel. The link is in the description. Do check out its content. If you like that, you can give that a follow, right? So that was all about the global markets, the Indian market, and what are my expectations from the market for the upcoming week, right? So hope this analysis helped you guys to frame out your trade setups, or probably to have a bullish or a bearish outlook for the upcoming week. I am bullish personally on the market. There can be some retracement, but I will bet on the bullish side for the short term, right? So that was all about our Indian markets. Hope this helped. See you guys in our next video. Thank you.